Hello, my name is Ryan Clark, and the following presentation will be a comparison of the healthcare systems of three industrialized nations and their varying programs. The discussion will include healthcare coverage, as well as healthcare outcomes and delivery. There are very few issues that have been more heavily debated over the last decade than modern healthcare systems. Whether it be the merits of a universal healthcare system, healthcare outcomes, or the greed of private insurers, it is hard to find a more polarizing topic. My goal is to clarify some of the misconceptions regarding the various systems by the end of this presentation. In order to accomplish that feat, I will be discussing the following items during the presentation. To begin, I will provide a brief overview of key terms and their definitions. Following that, I will discuss and compare the health systems of the United States of America, Canada, and Germany by way of their coverage levels, delivery of care, and the health outcomes of each nation. Coverage for healthcare is the portion of a given population receiving healthcare goods and services under public programs and through private health insurance. It includes those covered in their own name and their dependents. Public coverage refers to national health systems or social health insurance. Private health insurance is provided by private organizations through premium payments and compensation to providers. While often voluntary, it may be mandatory by law in order to compensate for the costs associated with a public healthcare system. The delivery of healthcare is a constantly changing dynamic in the world. New medical technologies are improving diagnosis and treatment, but they're also increasing health spending. Finding the balance of providing a quality diagnosis in a timely manner at a manageable cost is one of the greatest challenges health systems face. Additionally, the amount of providers and health services per capita play a large role in this dynamic. The success or failure of healthcare outcomes are near impossible to fully determine. There are far too many variables involved in determining the overall health of a population. However, analyzing the efficiency of the system and life expectancy as a whole can act as a basic means of determining outcomes. The World Health Organization believes healthy to be a comprehensive thing that includes all facets of an individual's lifestyle. The information presented in this slide depicts the overall health coverage of the United States, Canada, and Germany. As you can see, Germany and Canada both have 100% coverage for their populace, while the United States sits at about 91%. Canada has developed a universal healthcare system that guarantees coverage to its citizens. Germany also has universal coverage, but allows for private insurance. The United States, on the other hand, is covered primarily through private insurers and has multiple state-sponsored health coverage systems in place, meant for specific portions of the population, such as Medicaid, Medicare, or through the VA health system. While universal coverage may seem like individuals within those systems will never fear of not receiving the care they need, this is far from the truth. There are still costs associated with care no matter what system you find yourself in. However, those programs do drastically reduce the risk. The chart below shows the percent of individuals that experienced a cost-related access problem. As you can see, the United States nearly doubles what the other two countries have experienced. When discussing the delivery of care for a health system, wait times and access to care are some of the most important concepts to discuss. One of the biggest concerns with the state-run health system is that there are very few incentives to excel. Resources are generally limited, and as a result of wait times, especially for specialty care, are increased. While both Germany and Canada finance their health systems on a public basis, Germany has an almost entirely private delivery system. The German health system shows that private sector involvement in the search for profit, contrary to widespread fears, are correlated with better quality care and can improve the efficiency of low-performance establishments. That being said, the United States has near identical wait times to Germany in their current system. Continuing on the discussion of access to care, one of the biggest limiting factors associated with access is the amount of physicians in a country compared to the total population. Germany has about twice as many physicians per 1,000 individuals than the United States and Canada. However, to combat those shortages, many hospitals in the United States are broadening the responsibilities of nurses and nurse practitioners within their clinics and hospitals. A similar scenario is playing out with physicians' assistants. Regardless of the supposed efficiency of a system, or the amount of technological advancements being made, the overall health of a population is what should ultimately determine the effectiveness of a system. The problem with that is that, as was previously stated, the health of a population is something that is nearly impossible to quantify, and therefore rank. There are, however, several metrics that help to better understand a system's worth. Life expectancy is one of those metrics. In 2013, the average life expectancy of an individual born in Canada was 81, in Germany it was 80, and in the United States it was 78. Ironically, even though Germany has the highest life expectancy out of the three countries, its population perceives its health as far worse than those individuals living in the United States or Canada. While there are most definitely cultural aspects associated with this variance, it is still quite interesting. 88% of both the citizens of Canada and the United States believe themselves to be in good or very good health, while only 64% of Germans felt the same way. The chart presented on this slide shows the results of the most recent Commonwealth Fund survey, in which participants were asked about their overall satisfaction in their current systems. This is an incredibly telling set of data, as in all three of these countries, the participants in the health system are going to be the driving force behind any change. While Germany and Canada show 10% or less of the population seeking an overhaul of the system, nearly a quarter of Americans surveyed believed a complete overhaul of the system was necessary. In order to actually rank the systems of all three countries, I used the previously presented data to score each based on the categories discussed. I then averaged the scores and ranked them respectively. The United States populace has shown that they are some of the most dissatisfied when it comes to their healthcare systems, and the percent of individuals covered is far lower than any other advanced economy in the world. That, coupled with the fact that we spend far more on our healthcare than any other country, are just a few of the many reasons for healthcare reform. However, I do not believe that what worked in one country will work in every country. Our cultures and resources are far too different. I believe the complete privatization of delivery of healthcare in the United States would allow free markets to prove once again that they provide the highest quality product in the end. However, an expansion of coverage is also a much needed change in the system. While I do not believe that the individual mandate of the Affordable Care Act was the correct route to take, I do believe that anyone that desires coverage should be able to acquire it. That concludes this presentation. I want to thank you for your time and hope that you have learned as much as I have. The following references were used in the creation of this presentation and are also a great resource for further study. Thank you once again.